Hey, what's up guys, it's Oakley and this is going to be an epic siege of Bordeleaux. And what you have here is the combined armies of the Empire, the Dwarves and Bretonnia facing off a chaos invasion. And what Bretonnia is going to do is sally forth with the King Leoncoeur charging forward. The trebuchet is also firing over the walls, and now we're going to have a spewing forth of all the knights of the realm. Not content to sit behind the walls, they're going to take the offense in a siege battle, so that is quite the commitment to bravery and honor they have. Meanwhile, the Empire troops, the crossbowmen, the Dwarf Thunderers, everyone is going to be unleashing on Chaos. Chaos moving up with all kinds of forces. Crazy battle. As we charge forward, some of the Empire Knights are actually going to be coming with us. We're trying to cast spells and disrupt them as they attempt to intercept our forces, but what we're doing is making a beeline for the Chaos Towers. We know if we can keep them off the walls, then this will be our best hope for success. The Peasant Bowmen here also firing into the monsters. You can see a couple of them going down, and more knights, just almost infinite numbers spewing forth. I wish we had a larger gate and more gates, because this would be much easier. But one tower goes down, and soon you'll be seeing more and more of them go down with this awesome assault. Very hard to stop these towers, but the little delays does give us more time to do so. Look at everything Chaos is throwing at us. All the cavalry, oh, and on the left, look, a tower just went down, so this is definitely paying off. Leoncoeur just kind of flying around, buffing all our units, flying up against the walls almost. And look, there's a trail. More knights spewing out from the gateway. This is such an epic battle, like I was telling you. And we're taking the opportunity to also smack down some of the enemy warriors so that by the time they even get up on the wall, they're going to be taking a tremendous amount of damage. Now, this is not a flawless assault by any stretch of the imagination. We are losing so many knights in this assault. Everything is being thrown at us, but it is a sacrifice we have to make in order to survive. And it's going to allow these cowards on the walls here to rake in the kills. Oh, and oh my god, that's one of our Great Wizards, I believe, getting off a spell. Or actually, I'm not sure who cast that, but regardless, it's tearing its way through the countryside here. God, this is such a beautiful mess, which is what most of these Warhammer battles end up being. A couple of the knights pulling back. Those are going to be Empire Knights. The Bretonnian Knights not even going to be falling back. They're holding strong. On the right, the only place really where they've gotten up, troops are going to be mounting. Oh, actually, no, in the center they have 3 towers of the total of 6 or 7 actually made it to the walls. So we stymied the assault. More of our knights coming out. It was crazy. And keep an eye out on all the arrows just coming down from the walls as they try and pick off units left and right. Chaos Knight's going to be countercharging us, trying to hold the gates, but we have so much firepower down at the gates that we can essentially suppress anyone that's here, and our lords even going to be coming in to save the day in the center too. Another fire spell on the right. Absurd. Such a cool fight. And I do wish that the Bretonnian castles had a little bit more of an emphasis on having cavalry charges, because it's a faction built off of cavalry, and I wish the settlements had something a little bit more specific to cavalry, like wide causeways that you could charge out from, you know, narrow but wide fronts, emergency exits that knights could flock out of, and just overall the sieges are somewhat lacking, but despite the limited nature of sieges, they're still very, very cool. And here we have an awesome combined modern and ancient defense going on here. Dwarfs firing away with their machinery with some of the flamethrowers up front. We have a trebuchet behind this organ gun, so crazy combination, and also the Empire cannons as well firing away. And now the enemy is going to start to break through the center, I believe, taking the opportunity of us charging forward to charge through themselves. Some of our knights are holding forward. It is going to be the Reichsguard, and look at everything they're holding at bay. You know, the top deck has chosen warriors, and all kinds of units just swarming up. And now they're going to be in and amongst our cheaper and less veteran units, so this is not going to go well for us. But luckily we do have some supporting fire from the ground. Look at that. That is literally supporting fire. Holy crap, and it is doing a lot of damage. You know, we do have some Pegasus Knights that are circling around waiting to knock out these units. I would say this is where we're losing the most. These are all chosen warriors and other forces, but oh wow, look at that landing strike he just got. So the flying unit's doing a great job. Léon Coeur here especially being here at every opportune moment to rally the forces. He was there at the gatehouse, now he's here at the thick of the fighting up on the walls. Definitely an instrumental part of holding the key areas. More Chaos forces are charging forward, and they're going to be slaughtering our guys. So we don't have much hope here, which is why we have reinforcements. So gunners on the low ground going to be trying to pick off units. And now we have a charge from the Pegasus Knights and another mounted hero. And I missed that charge a little bit, but they did come in and land and just mess up some of these forces. And that's Karl Franz actually on his Demigriff Knight. On Deathclaw coming in here. Now you have the two lords with Pegasus Knights in on the ramparts, so it doesn't get more epic than this. Really crazy stuff. Pegasus Knights swirling around, trying to find a place to charge. Halberdier is coming back in. Man, this is so cool. We're fighting against Chosen. And I believe they're chosen with great weapons. So even despite how much damage and effort we're putting into this, we're having a hard time breaking them. On the left, they're doing really well. In the center, they are continuing to just push through our forces. Finally, I believe they're on their last legs, and we're gonna have another charge. Our knights have rallied once again, and we're gonna be sallying out under the withering fire or covering fire of our remaining crossbowmen, catapults, and towers. So we watch the knights as they charge out, and look at this debris field, the carnage that's left over from our initial charges. Just crazy stuff. Now we're turning about. We're going to charge back into the center, where we've pinned the chariots, can hit them from the side, and look in the distance. Everything is essentially killed and massacred. So that's cool shots. And now the gatehouse has Overwatch duty on these remaining monsters as we try and shoot them. The enemy has some hell cannons, which I think have been trying to chip away at our gate, but it has not gone down. And still in the distance, some men trying to climb the ladders to get up on the walls. But I have to say, they are not going to stand a chance. Look at all these arrows coming down here. I would pay to be one of those peasants up on the walls, just going to town on monsters from a safe distance. And it's like actually most of these shots going to be coming from our guys. And what are we shooting at? Oh, one lone Chaos Sorcerer of Metal who caught himself in the center. He's closing the gates. Oh no, we trapped him in here. Boom, and we're going to be unloading on him with everything we have, trying to take him out. Flaming him, and he's trying to desperately break the gates to get back out. The one time we're not allowing Chaos to leave the settlement. And they still have a lot of guys on the outside. They're swarming our knights, so we desperately are going to have to redeploy our heroes. On this side too, Chaos, just absolutely impossible to break. These chosen guys, they are so strong. We're going to do everything we can, going to hold them back with some more halberds, which are obviously very strong at holding back enemy infantry. Pegasus Knight's going to be rallying again with Léon Coeur leading the charge. That is such a cool sight to see. Oh, and here comes Karl Franz lining up. Boom! This is where the enemy wishes they still had a hero who could fly in and do the same thing. Oh my god, look at all these debuffs we're getting on them, plus the shots from the low ground. Yeah, this is going to be doing a lot of damage. Here come our Pegasus Knights. Going to be flying over. Let's follow them. And they're going to try and land a charge here, but looks like Pegasus Knights a little bit harder to control than one would imagine. Oh, but doesn't matter. Because magic. They can fly through the ground, and here he comes. Circling around like nothing happened. Pretending he landed that attack, but no, he didn't in reality. Oh, and we have Chaos spawn at the gates. And we're going to once again greet them with Fire and Knights, which is essentially the story of this defense. Boatmen here seem to be cheering on, and everything on the outside is now dead. Oh, actually they do have some Chaos Giants lingering in the distance. Wow, the walls have been completely cleared, and now we have some Dwarf Slayers, which we committed up here, and they're fighting against two of the Chaos Lords. Hammer getting in on the mix, so the Empire troops were sent up here to die, basically, and then we sent in the Slayers. But geez, this was a costly fight for sure. The Runesmith in there, Gunner is also going to be committing. And I still can't believe that Chaos is not dead on this flank. It is absurd how much punishing damage they can take. Pixelated Apollo is going to be charging forward. I forgot to mention that we are playing with Pixelated Apollo, and I believe it was Alex the Rambler and myself playing as well. So Apollo is going to be the Empire, Rambler is going to be the Dwarves, and I was Bretonnia in this charge. The enemy was just the 3 AI armies, which they did a pretty good job of charging. Not much they could do against our counter charges. Had they brought more artillery, made more holes in the walls, they could have been probably a little bit more effective, but still, this is an epic fight. Oh my god, the leaping and bounding of Deathclaw is so cool. From the gunner's perspective, ooh, yeah, you can just see the fight going on out there. You can see one of your heroes, Call Friends, just knocking dudes about. 2 of the heroes up there just silhouetted against the sunlight. Epic, epic, epic. And finally, it looks like these forces are going to break. And with that, I think we've cleared the walls. More Knights of the Realm issuing forth, taking out these Chaos Spawn forces. Mind you, the Chaos Spawn never breaks. Oh, and the Iron Drake's going to be charging out. Okay, so now once you have the infantry charging out with the Knights, they've mustered the courage. This is the final push that we have to take out the reigning forces. Chaos Chariot going to be coming back into the engagement, but now our heroes once again coming into the thick of it, flying over the battlefield. They are going to be heralds of the end of this Chaos assault. Ooh, he just ripped up one of those chariots. Here comes Carl Franz, seeming to do likewise. Trying to catch up this chariot. Boom, and it gets taken out. I'm not sure what. Oh my god! Just charged right through that Chaos Lord. That Chaos Lord thinking better of engaging here. He's going to be running away, but we have 2 of the Lords going after him on our side. Going to be trying to take him out. We should just pick him up with our claws, fly him over a lake and drop him. Drown him, chain him to the bottom of the lake. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was an epic fight. I really hope you did enjoy that one. I did as well. Casting it was awesome, playing it was awesome. Yeah, despite the sieges being super limited, I think some of these end up being incredibly fun, but it's so tantalizing of how much more epic they could be. Taking a look at the stats here, I deployed a fair amount of guys. Most of my kills coming in from the Knights, Pegasus Knights, and King Louis Léoncoeur. The Dwarves getting a fair amount of kills, most of it from the Hammerers, it seems. Some of it from the Slayers, and Empire doing a pretty good job. Halberds up on the walls did a lot of the tanking, same with the Reichsguard. Chaos, on the other hand, did okay. Oh my god, some of those Chosen, 252 kills, that is absurd. Yeah, the Chosen with great weapons did most of the kills for Chaos, so that was pretty impressive on their part. It was definitely key that we kept them off the walls as much as possible, limited their avenues of approach so we could focus fire. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Peace out.